let's go to an antiques fair. Right, we're at the antiques fair. Quite a busy one. Let's see what we can find. Right, so that's the antiques fair done. I didn't really film much in terms of this landscape view. I actually went live on the vertical view. So if you want to go and check that out, go into my I think it'll be in the shorts or live section of my channel to see actually me wandering around. But I did get some bits. I've spent close to 200, you know, bits of jewelry and coins whoops, all sorts of bits. Spoke to people about antiques booths because I'm rejiggling that. So I am going to go to my father-in-law's now and have a look around a antique centre. So, like, I haven't had enough antiques, but yeah, good fair. It was at the Derby Conference Centre, run by Jaguar Fairs. Excuse all the crap in the background. And yeah, they were okay with me filming some bits. So yeah, as I said, I went live. So if you are interested in checking out some of the bits, I didn't stream all of it because it was a bit tricky to do that and buy stuff, and there's a couple of sellers that were a bit sketchy about it. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. And I'll do a complete haul after this and show you what I picked up. So this is what I ended up picking up. Now, I'll go through the total at the end, but so this is what I ended up picking up. I've seemingly almost lost my voice because I was talking to that many people. It was quite interesting, actually, talking to various sellers about what they do, where they sell, that sort of thing. So it's quite nice, but I seem to be losing my voice now. So I'll quickly whiz through some of the stuff that I picked up. The Persuader here. This is by a decent brand, really nice quality made thing. I ended up paying £8 for that. And the reason why is I think it's like a shoemaker's hammer, but I can use that for jewellery making, which is something that I do. Lovely ash handle. I could sell it for probably around 15 to 20 if I wanted to, but it's just a really nice piece, so I kind of picked that up for myself, really. I picked this up for £1. Someone was selling some random DVDs at an antiques fair. It looks knockoff, but it is legit. I remember this guy, Del Stubbs, from back in the day, and this sort of stuff, any craft type stuff, do really well in bundles. And I've got some wood turning books that I was going to put that as a bundle with. You saw me pick this one up in the live stream if you did watch it. I paid £10 for this. It's missing its paperwork, but it is the silver proof of the old pound with the Welsh leek on it. So that the comps on eBay are around £20. So there's a little bit of profit in that. Or I might put it in my antiques booth when I do eventually get another one, because that's another video. But I am moving out of all the antiques booths that I'm in. So, but yeah, £10 on that. That's pretty good. This one was a bit of a dud. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I think it was on the live. I may have spent £8 on it. I can't remember if it was £8 or a tenner. And I thought it said on the inside there, I thought it said 10k, but it says S925. Now, I'm not even sure if it's silver because it is just too shiny. So I'll test the stones with my tester. It could be that it's silver, but it's rhodium plated. So that was a bit of a fail, that one, really. So I probably wouldn't even sell it as silver. I'd probably sell it as a white metal because it doesn't stick to a magnet, but I'd just be a bit conscious on that one. So bit of a fail there. These were funny. I picked these up. Obviously, you see a lot of sort of crown size coins like this, but these are actually £5 coins. So you could take these to the post office and get a £5 note for them. I said to the guy how much. He said they're £5 each. So I just swapped him, you know, three £5 notes for three £5 coins. So a bit random. I did ask him what his best was on them, and he said he couldn't do any less. But that would have been funny if I'd spent less. But I'm going to put these again in an antiques cabinet for maybe £8 each. Make a few pounds on each one. People do collect them. I see these in antique centres all the time for about £10 each, but I think I'd price them slightly less, and then they'll go quickly. So yeah, bit of a random one. This was a nice find right at the end of the day. As I was leaving, I was talking to an owner of an antique centre about what things actually sell in an antique centre, which was an interesting conversation and something I'll probably talk about when my voice comes back. But this was £5, and it's the 2014 brilliant and circulated Outbreak of World War One. I think it's Outbreak of World War One. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, World War One. A bit scuffed on the front here, but that's not the coin. The coin's protected inside. So, and these go for about £25 online. So that's quite a good little purchase, especially when it was coming to sort of near, I'd say midway through the fair. I mean, I didn't stick to the end, but yeah, £5. That was great. I think this next one was on my shorts live stream. I picked this up. I paid £10 for this, and the reason why, you can see there, limited edition sterling silver proof. I don't know what it weighs. It's kind of set in that, but I'm going to guess it weighs at least half an ounce. And I paid £10 for it. And it's the reason why I went for it is because it's an interesting subject. Lots of people are into space. It's cross collectible, so it's stamps and coins. The only thing that put me off is it had paperwork from the Franklin Mint, which is it's kind of boomer shite that was sold on TV kind of thing. But yeah, it checks out, and I can find one for sale online for about 35. So I'll do a little bit more research and see. It's cool. If I was still into collecting coins as I was before, I'd probably keep it, but I think I'm going to sell this one. It takes up a lot of space really for what it is. But for £10, I was going to grab that all day long. Paid £5 for this ring. Came in a nice little bag. This is cyan, which is obviously what Thailand used to be called. There's a name for this sort of inlaid enamel, and it's escaping me. It's nicely marked on the back. It's adjustable. So I've done really well on adjustable rings recently, because obviously you're not limiting your market, because you can adjust them, and then this style is people do like. So for £5, it's not a great profit margin. I'll probably price it at 10, maybe 12. And that should go, as I said, when I get back into doing the antiques cabinets. But for £5, it's a pretty good deal, really. The bag is meh. I picked up a coin. This was a nice one. I'll get it out. I'll take it out of this and put it in a proper folder. But you can see there, I paid £5. A lot of stuff came from people had just yanked it straight out of the antique centres, I think. Excuse my battered hands. It's 1812, 1 penny token, and these were often issued to go to the colonies, places like Canada, and they ended up in former colonies, like in America. I'm not going to pass any comment on that. But yeah, these are quite collectible. So for £5, comps on them are around 15. If you put GSP on, they might go for a bit more. You've got Georgie Boy on there. It's in relatively good condition for its age, considering it's over 200 years old. Pretty good, and the PVC hasn't knackered it yet, so that's good. So for £5, I was going to snatch that up. Try not to get your fingers all over it, Thomas. So yeah, the last bits here were from a guy. Now I paid a little bit more because it was a guy, and all he sold was silver. And I think a certain percentage of what he was selling went to charity, so I didn't mind paying a little bit more. And I picked this brooch up, And I went for it because on the back, I thought it had got the maker's mark for George Jensen. But it turns out, I thought it said um, GJL, which is George Jensen Limited. But it actually says CJL, which is very different. So I took a chance on it, really. The ring was a fiver and the brooch was 15. He was doing it by weight. Basically, he was around £1.50 a gram. And I've sold Macintosh style. It's not Kit Heath. I don't know about the ring. I can't quite see on that. But brooches, I've done okay on these. I think it's like a Scottish rose. It's got an Edinburgh hallmark, which is nice. But on eBay, not great. There's quite a lot listed, and they don't seem to be doing so well. So again, I think I'll probably put this in the antique centre maybe for 20 and try and sneak £5 profit out of it. It's not the best, but you know, it is what it is. And the ring I'll probably do better on because I only paid a fiver for it. I should do okay on that. It's quite a decent size. It's a sort of, my little finger's the same as an average lady's size. And that fits well. So I should do okay on that. I'll probably put £12 on that. And I'll probably do okay. I don't sell rings on eBay because the return rate is too high. Now, off the same guy, he got some more brooches. He goes, oh, I've got a bag more brooches, and he brought them out. And my father-in-law, who was there, picked up a silver bracelet from him for a decent price. It's like a diamond cut silver bracelet. So we were working out a bundle deal, and I saw this in there, and I thought, ooh. And I know a little bit about militaria from selling military books, and obviously I knew this was, a regiment and whatnot, and I saw the liver bird on top, and I tried to play it down, but it's heavy. So I said, oh, can you pop some bits on the scale and work out a price? And I put that and a few other bits, and he instantly goes, ooh, that's going to have to be more. I know what they go for. And I thought, oh, great, here we go. So I looked up the phrase on eBay, and I was a bit surprised, to be honest, but we'll talk about this first. So this is a nice piece. I think this is carnelian, and it's a nice sort of cutout design. It's got a little bit of damage, so it needs fixing, but that's no problem at all. But what's annoying is there isn't actually a silver mark, but it is silver. You can tell it's silver. Now this, again, it'll be an antiques cabinet job. Maybe I put it online because it's got quite an attractive look to it. In the deal, basically, I paid £5 for this, so that I'm totally fine with. I can at least see £15 out of that, maybe a little bit more if I sell it online. Maybe try Etsy. I've kind of gone off Etsy recently because it's just been full of scammers and slow sales. So yeah, but in terms of this, in terms of the deal, I got a bit of money knocked off my father-in-law's bracelet, and this I ended up paying £50 for in the deal. And you think, Tom, why are you spending £50? Now this. Now you can see there, this weighs 14.5 grams. So I've essentially paid £3 a gram, which is quite a lot. But you can see on the back there, it's got a lovely set of hallmarks. And it's got the date letter of 1914. And I think it's Elkington and Company. Now what this is a Liverpool regiment called Pals, something like that. And this was issued in 1914 to the first set of soldiers who volunteered in World War One. Now, this was sort of issued to them as a thank you for volunteering, and most of them, this was a cap badge originally, and it's been converted into a sweetheart brooch, and most of them were because they were, if you're fighting in the trenches, you don't want a solid silver cap badge on. So these were converted into sweetheart brooches and sent home. And the sad thing about it is I would probably say that the person this was issued to didn't live very long. If they were the first ones in World War One to be sent out, the odds were not in their favour. So it's a bit of a sad story behind it, but it was sent back home, and it's obviously been kept safe because you can see how lovely condition it's in. Now, ones that are sold online so far, in the last 3 years have not been as good condition as this. Obviously, if it was the original cat badge, maybe it would be more. You can see where the posts are there and it's been scratched to solder this on. But ones in worse condition have sold for around £250. And I'll pop some comps up on the screen. Now, I might aim high on this. I might try 300 with offers because it is in such lovely condition. But yeah, paid 50 for it. I could see the lowest that had sold recently was 200. So I was pretty confident in it. I text my mate who's into, badges and stuff. The hallmarks are absolutely spot on. So I took a chance on it. So that's really the find of the day. Bit of a sad story behind it, and it's just a nod to all those bloody brave blokes who fought for our freedom. So don't take for granted that you can walk outside the door and well, at least have a tiny bit of freedom. I mean, it's your freedom is getting eroded somewhat, but we won't go into that. So yeah, it's just a nice little reminder. If I collected military, it's something I'd want to collect, but for that price point, I'm going to sell it. So all in all, it's a bloody good day, really. It's been a long time since I've been to an antiques fair. So I'm really happy with some of the bits I picked up. I should make a nice little profit on that. So I hope this video has been interesting. If you like videos about going to antiques fairs, car boot sales, thrift stores, all that stuff, smash the subscribe button. And if you want to watch the live stream when I walk around this antiques event and antiques fair, click up here. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.